This is a short impromptu video on how to change the spool on a loop high-tech reel. This is a salmon model, but they're very much the same. Please excuse the mess. This is a wide-angle lens camera, and unfortunately it's going to pick up all the mess on my tying bench. You'll notice in here there's a ring that's knurled. Let's look at it from the other side. This is what the spool attaches to, and in order to remove the spool, it's necessary to put your fingers in here and hold this spool in place, hold this ring in place while the spool is removed. So what I do is grip the ring with my fingers like this. Now on some of these spools, they're going to be jammed in there pretty tight, and it's going to take a fair amount of force, turning force, to get them off. And so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to put something on your hand like a leather glove in order to be able to put the force onto the spool to turn it, to get it loose without hurting your fingers. Now when you remove the spool removes. I wind left-handed, so the spool removes in the same direction that I wind, but do not remove the spool using the winding handle. Grip the spool by the palming edge and turn it. And it slides right out. Now, I'm going to point out that inside this edge here are some threads, and those threads meet the edge of that little knurled ring. See the threads here? And when you screw this together, the threads of the spool meet the threads of the spool meet the threads of that ring and tighten the spool. Now, what I would suggest is that rather than get it down here and then hoss it on, what you do is you just make it snug. Because if you make it really tight, there's the possibility that when you get ready to take it off, it's going to be much tighter than it was when you put it on. So once again, pressure against this little knurled ring. Turn the spool. Take it out of the reel. Then I'm going to take this. There's a little bit of, it's not moisture, it's lubrication in here, but I'm going to take it off before I put this back together and get the dog hair out. So, back into the reel, turn it in the opposite direction, and it's in. There we go.